I am starting the process of getting my puppy ready for cooperative nail trims, and so what I'm going to be working on right now is stationing. We use stationing a lot to help prepare a dog for something that's going to happen next. So that could be husbandry, right? Nail trims, eye drops, ear drops, working on some wound care, something that involves touching the dog's body. We also use equipment on dogs. So if I need to get my dog ready for a walk, Bill, come here. Good boy. If I need to get my dog ready for a walk, my dog might have feelings about equipment like having the leash clipped on, putting a collar on, putting a harness on, and I'm going to use stationing very similarly. So we basically use stationing whenever we want to get a dog feeling established and comfortable ahead of something that's going to happen next. So probably that happening next part is something your dog might not think is great. So in the case of nail trims with my puppy, he doesn't really have a strong feeling about it yet, but one, I want it to go as great as possible for both of us, but also I want to make sure I can work him through any concerns he has about being touched, about being handled, etc. Okay, so what I'm going to do is my station right now for this is going to be a towel on the floor. So the towel goes away, the towel comes out. That's the first indication that we're doing something. So I'm going to set up my camera here. Okay. And that would be Bill. I've got really high value treats because this first part is where I start to kind of control my story, my narrative, and I want the dog to feel really good about it. So I've got my towel on the floor. Yes. Bill got on it and I start marking him. Yes. I actually think I would like him in a down position. Yes. Because what I'm thinking is I am going to establish this first part. Yes. Free. And I did that so I can send him again. So what I'm going to do is I have something really good. I've got some pork chops. Put that at his nose. Lead him so he's all the way on the towel. And then in his case, I'm going to have him go down in a down position. Sometimes we don't actually want the dog to go into a position, so that's going to be pretty specific to what you've got planned. Oftentimes we will use, yes, a sit or a down based on what we need the dog to do. Free. So what I'm doing right now is treat at the nose. I guide him with the treat onto the surface. I get him directly into position. So I'm not even using cues. I'm just using my food to get him going to the towel and going directly into position using a food lure. And then I say free and I toss a treat to end the wrap. So this is going well. He has some experience with going to a dog bed and going to his crate. So this is pretty similar. So I'm going to go ahead and add the next piece. So the next piece is going to be, I'm going to lead him there into a down, and then I'm going to come down to a seat next to him, because this is what it's going to look like if I do his nails. And now I'm thinking based on my dominant hand, I probably want him on my left. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lure him. Yes. And now I am going to sit down here, and that's the only thing that's going to change. Yes. So if this is brand new to your dog, you might find that you need to reinforce your dog every couple seconds to keep the behavior going. But in Bill's case, I've slowed it down, so I'm doing every few seconds. Free. So the idea is if you're on the location I've decided, which in his case, it's the towel on the floor, you're getting rewarded. He has options though. He is free to leave. This might start to happen, especially when I start to really slow my food down. If he gets up, I just say free. But what I'm thinking about is I'm just building a lot of value free to doing this first part, which is, so in this case, now I'm just gonna stay seated. He is killing it, so he's wandering back on his own. Yes. So at any point he started doing anything I wasn't looking for, standing up, leaving the mat, I would just release him. This is my criteria, right? Being on the towel and in a down on the towel. That's what we're working towards. Yes. Free. Get it. A lot of dogs don't understand the release cue. It's pretty abstract, right? They understand that they get food for working. So this is my first part, and I am not going to work on anything else related to this nail trimming process yet. This is the first component of what that's going to look like. Yes. He actually placed his foot on my leg, which is, he doesn't know it, but that's going to be the next part of the plan. Good job, Bill. So stay very relaxed, start at the point you're at. If your dog is not okay with following food, you could sit in a chair next to the spot that you've set up and just toss food onto the towel, onto the dog bed, whatever you're gonna use. Typically we use something mobile because we might be in different places. We also might decide that we wanna use this at the vet. So if I bring this towel to the vet, I can practice his position, his location and his position, and then we can start to add the different components free of what that's gonna look like.